college football fans, the Cricket Celebration Bowl is celebrating 10 years of crowning an HBCU national champion. A champion will rise at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 13th as the MEAC and SWAC champions clash in Atlanta. Join us for championship football, interactive fan experiences, and iconic marching bands. It's an HBCU family reunion that you don't want to miss. See who will be crowned the next HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU.
With over 25 years of serving our communities, Destiny Financial Services, a division of Global Life, is here to help you and your family through difficult times. From cancer care to accidental industries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life, but you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call DFS at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at www.globelifeinsurance.com. That is 877-300-8269, or again, the website at www.globelifeinsurance.com.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
I love Atlanta, a city in the forest. Hi, I'm Jeff Cleveland, seasoned loan officer in the Atlanta market. And whether you're buying a new home, refinancing to do debt consolidation, home improvements, or just to lower your payment, give me a call. I'll ensure that you're treated with dignity and respect, that you're informed throughout the process, and that there are no surprises at closing. Give me a call and let's get started.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Random Thoughts with DVP. This is your host, DVP. And again, welcome to Random Thoughts. Man, well, Facebook be on some BS. All right, well, let me go on and bring one of my co-hosts in. Even though I'm gonna still give y'all monologue, so just bear with me. We're gonna do this the right way. All right. So today is the 15th of October. It is 6:02 Eastern Standard Time, and I just want to say this to start off with. I don't understand. Back up. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who's called and checked on me. Even though y'all was just being nosy, but I appreciate y'all calling to check on your boy to make sure everything was good. And I'm doing good. I don't need y'all to pray for me because I don't know what y'all be praying for. So I don't want now there that pray for me. None of that. But those of y'all that did call to check on me to make sure everything was gravy. Oh, it's always gravy in this Navy. So I just want to say, as always, I do appreciate you. Never mind me in the camera. I'm gonna actually let Mark talk in a minute because I'm trying to. Facebook want me to verify that I am who I am. Ain't that some, like I ain't been me for the past 12 years. So, but they want me to verify myself. That's the craziest shit ever because I still look like me. But anyway, like I said, I want to thank the people who have checked on me. And I just want to say, and Mark, this is a good topic for Mark when we get to it. Some of y'all on a special level of stupid. And let me take this back. A lot of y'all are on a special level of stupid. And I don't know why stupidity seems to reign supreme. It's kind of like it's a badge of honor to be stupid. And I can't for the life of me understand why being stupid is so, I'm going to just be me. And I should say all the time, people say, well, don't be nobody else, be you. And I'm gonna tell y'all, a lot of y'all, that's BS. Don't be you, because you ain't gonna never get nowhere. Be somebody else in public, because who you are for real is shitty. So you may want to disregard the people who saying be you, because that's who you good at. And you actually may be good at being you, but who you are ain't shit. It ain't. Because sometimes what Emmett Smith say, the pros say, act like you've been there. When somebody do something, act like you've been there. When you get $50 in your hand, act like this ain't the first time you ever seen $50. Because sometimes if you get a pretty girlfriend or a good-looking boyfriend, act like you used to it. Don't all of a sudden just be losing your mind and taking pictures. And one of my friends got a Bugatti. The things that people will do to take a picture with a Bugatti, to take a picture, not get a ride, not get just to take a picture, is insane. I'm confused, y'all. It's a car. And I get it may be your dream car and you ain't gonna never get to have a car like this in your life, yada, 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 yada. All that BS really goes with it. But is your life really that hard up that you will sell your soul to take a picture with a car? A car. Mark got a nice little whip. I'm assuming it's his. If it ain't, we out him to the world. And I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet. And we ain't never had this conversation before. But I'm willing to bet he done had some strange requests from some not bad looking women to take a picture in his 3-wheeler.
That's true.
See, and we ain't even had this conversation. And it's like, y'all are actually kind of cute. If y'all ask y'all could get a picture, hey, you get a picture if I'm in the picture with you. But from what I'm hearing, for what I'm seeing, well, y'all offering up everything except your kids. And some of that's up for debate, depending on how you are, how your kid is. I'm seriously confused. So before we get into our topics, Mark, what's the strangest request that you've had for somebody who wants to take a picture with your ride?
Hey,
that you can say on the air.
just hugs and kisses and take you out and all that old type shit. Take me for a ride. We can go get something to eat. I got you. Okay.
Ain't nobody offer to take you for a ride if you took them for a ride.
Hey man, it's
I mean, that's a yes. No, I don't want no details of what kind of ride. I'm just the phrase out.
Yeah. Like they say back in the day, it's a whole magnet.
And I'm just like, this to me is insane. It's insane. And it's kind of like when I saw the post about women and sex. If I wouldn't have saw it for myself, I wouldn't have believed it. And for those of y'all that don't remember, there was a time when my brother asked to see his son. They live in another state. We just happen to be in that state. And I saw the text that said, if we ain't effing, why do you want to see him? What one got to do with the other one? And I know women can be like they are, and y'all know I ain't gonna never just jump on women as a whole. But if somebody would have told me that a woman said that, I would have called them a liar. But I saw the text. Because I was looking forward to seeing my nephew. But she said, unless they were having sex, it wasn't happening. And he said, I'm with my brother. And she said, what that mean? So, me being me, I just said, okay. Because I was confused. Like I had never, ever been confused before in my life. Ever. Help me out, Mark. Help me out, brother. Help me out.
It's First of all, what did you read? What comment you saw? And let me expound on that.
Well, he said, "Hey, we in DC. Can I see my son?"
Not your text. What you say? You saw a post on Facebook today about women and sex. So that's later.
The one with my friend with the Bugatti, not the Bugatti. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not a Bugatti. It's a what's the car that 300 look like?
Phantom.
He got one of them.
Okay. And to your thing, it's one of those things like when I got my motorcycle, my crotch rocket. One of my homeboys said, that ain't nothing but a 600-pound vibrator. The women they gonna be all over you for it. I'm like, oh man. And when I got on the motorcycle set, I saw it. I was like, oh, this is crazy. I should have got my motorcycle 20 years ago when I was in the world like that. Because it is. I mean, toys like that, it don't take much to get them excited nowadays. And they lose their mind over something that's obtainable, but they don't feel it's obtainable.
I'm just mystified. What's up, Ron? What's up? I'm just. And like what I said, Ron? I would, and I'm being a chauvinist. I would love to say that this is unattractive women, but these women who are making these deals with the devil, these are good-looking women. It ain't like they gotta do this. They could just say, "Hey," and I'm sure that under normal context, we would be over them anyway because they good-looking.
Yeah.
But it's like, did I miss something? Is this the first time you look good? Is that a mask on? I'm just like, what in the heck?
Well, having things like that, I typically say now it's a conversation starter. So they already had the intentions. They just needed a reason to start the conversation. And
okay. All right, so we're gonna progress on with the show. I'm trying to wait for Mo because we got a few topics and one on was his. But I want to talk about something I had talked about earlier, especially now since Ron here. I got to catch him early. And this is one of the things that I've learned with basic money management and Black people. A lot of us have debit cards. From a money management standpoint, a debit card means that you got money in the bank and you essentially you just paying cash for stuff. You're just not using cash. I will tell you that is, get rid of that card. Every card that you have should be doing something for you. If you know you can pay your bills when you use them, get a credit card or get some kind of card that gives you points toward flying, discount on meals, discounts on gas. And do your research to find out which one. Capital One got a couple. Most banks have a credit card that will give you points towards something. So when you're using a debit card and you're paying, nobody's making anything off that except the bank, because the bank is actually charging you to use your debit card, which is insanity. But that's what they're doing. So go ahead and get a credit card. The trick with credit cards is to pay them off before the end of the month, which is all you're doing with a debit card. So if you can, and I'm just say one of the cards I got, it gives me 5% off of it. Every time I use it for gas or meals, it gives me 5% cash back, which ain't a whole lot in theory. But if this is something that you do, and I don't know nobody who don't get gas on a regular basis. So, let's just say, for those of y'all who, I'm gonna do quick math. If you buy $100 worth of gas a month, which ain't a lot, it's actually 2 weeks for a lot of people, that means you're getting $5 back. That can go toward a meal, that can go toward something else. But when you use a debit card, you're getting $0 back. And guess what? Most of the time you're still paying, you're paying. So from a money management standpoint, and this is just basic stuff, stay away from credit cards that make you pay unless you got horrible credit. Because now, if you got horrible credit, you got to get one of them credit cards that's secure. You put 500s in the thing, they'll let you withdraw 500. But as soon as you get your credit up, ditch that credit card. I would say, from my experience, Capital One is one of the better cards to build your credit with. But they're going to start you off low. but that's all you really need. $200 is enough to start you off. You keep that paid in 2-3 months, they're gonna get you to $500. Before the end of the year, if you keep doing what you're supposed to, you'll have a $1,500 balance, and you'll just keep going up as much as as long as you can keep your stuff going. But we gotta get away from debit cards. They don't do anything for you, nothing, other than cost you a little bit of money. And most of us who have, hey, what's going on, Catrice? What's going on? I'm sorry, what's going on, boss? Queen Diamond? How is Saga doing? And the same thing, in my opinion, and Mo can tell you more about this when he come back. Mo is into stocks. Like I said, that's a little bit deeper than I want to get right now. I will tell you, most of us who open up an account, and Mark, you can tell me if you did the same thing. We open up a checking, then they trick us into open up a savings for overdraft protection, and you get somewhere around 0.1% interest. And it sounds good, but I'm telling you, be an adult. Stop overspending. If you got $20, don't spend more than $15. Don't do it. Be mindful. For those of y'all who balance your checkbooks, and I'm sure y'all don't, the bulk of y'all, this is what I would always do to save myself money. When I spend $1.40 in my register, I put $2. So that means I'm saving 60 cents. But that way I would never have to get to the overdraft stage. But the reason I don't want y'all to get a basic savings account is, like I say, it pays you 0.1%, and that's pretty good. If you get a high yield savings account, go to bankrate.com, and I talked to Mark about this a couple days ago. What's up, Saga? Oh, you ain't got no stab wounds? Where you at? Let me take care of that right quick, because I don't mind stabbing a brother, because I want you to know I ain't got nothing but love for you. Nothing but love. So, when I love a brother, I got to stab him twice. It ain't nothing. But get a high yield savings account. A high yield savings account, I would tell you to find something that is 4 or higher. Some of them you can put in as little as $1, but the more you put in, the more you get back. The reason I like them better than stocks is because you can't lose. You put $100 in there, you're gonna get $4 back every month. And it's like, dang, but $4. If you put $100 in your regular savings account, you're gonna get 10 cents back every month. So you do the quick math. You want 10 cents a month, or you want $4 a month? All I'm saying is do the math. Which one make more sense to you? And if you got your own business, because Mark, you got one of your businesses, your own business, right?
Yeah.
If you got your own business, I definitely recommend a high yield savings account, because when you're getting paid from your clients and stuff, you put some money in your account because that's what you need. But I would tell you, talk to your accountant or whoever does your taxes and figure out how much of what you got paid you need to put into this high yield savings account. So figure this. You get paid $1,000. Your accountant, whoever, says you need to put 18% in this high yield savings account. So out of your $1,000, you're gonna put $180 in. This money, it just racks up because you got to pay taxes at the end of the year. So you take that money out to pay the taxes, but it's earning 4% interest. So where else? That's what the government do to us. They tax us on what we owe them. You might as well pay yourself for something. So when you take the money out for your taxes, then man, you still got something left over because you've been getting 4% interest as opposed to 0.1%, which is nothing. So that's just my thing, and I try to tell everybody about that because nobody ever talks to us about high yield savings account and how they work for us. And I recommend it for everything, but especially if you're an entrepreneur, get your checking account for your day-to-day stuff, but get your high yield savings account for your taxes and anything else you want to do. Now, I'm gonna cross this over. If you have kids and you are not the custodial parent, I recommend that every parent, even custodial parents, get a high yield savings account for their kid. Them 401s, whatever they call them, 501, whatever they call them for kids, they're cute. They don't beat high yield savings account. So, fellas, ladies, whoever's not the non-custodial parent, if you can put $100 in a month, I say put $100 in a month. Well, $100 a month is $1,200. Okay, so I'm just doing basic math because I don't want to confuse none of y'all. If you put $1,200 in, I ain't got my calculator with me. Let me pull it up right quick. If you put $1,200, let's see, where's my calculator? I should have had Mark bring a calculator. Where's my calculator? Because somebody should be smarter than me, right?
What you need? I'm good. What you got?
All right. If you put $1,200 in a month, there go Mo. He's on here. Let me get him right in right quick. All right, what's going on, Mo?
Hey, what's going on, brothers?
What up, Mo?
What's up? What's up, Mark?
What's 16 times 12?
2,355, 2009.
192.
What is it?
192.
All right. Okay, so if I must have did something wrong.
You did.
I lost my whole cap. Anyway, $100 a month.
You trying to do DVP? I'll do it. Tell me what you want.
How many months in 16 years? 16 times 12. Mark said is how many?
192.
Okay, so 192. So that's $19,000 you could have saved up for your kid, and that's without any interest. Now, like I say, Mo's here. He can tell you a little bit more about stocks later. I'm just telling you something that's surefire because you can't lose money with high yield savings account. So, and that's all I want y'all to do. We got to start having money conversations on how to do better than just what basic banks give us, because banks are there to make money for them. They're not really there to make money for you with most of what they offer. All right. So I want to get that in. Mo, you got anything you want to say about that? Because I know you're in the stock, but I want to do something quick that most people can do and feel safe with until they get and see with the money you make from the high yield savings account. Then I want y'all to drift over to more and start investing in stock.
So
but
yeah,
he probably wants y'all to do it the other way, but
no, not true, man. No, you're right. The thing is, with let's just call it finance. Forget about calling it stocks, right? But with finance, you need to diversify. So you should have some CDs, right? Because they at a different risk level than investing in stock, and so you need like.
I want to start with somebody who barely making it first. I don't want to get into people who are well established. I want to start out people who doing a little bit better than paycheck to paycheck, just a little bit.
Yeah. So then.
But they got a basic account.
Yeah, so they can do like what you're saying. You know, they can buy a CD. You know what I mean? Like $200, $300 CD. You know, you can start right there.
Okay, and I want you to deal with people who might not have but $20, $30 every week after they finish paying all their bills.
Oh,
I want to start at the bottom and work my way up to people who are doing a little bit better with money. That's why I don't want them to have a checking and a basic savings account like banks keep trying to get them to get. So again, and see what Mo is telling y'all. That's why I say if you open up a high yield savings account and get higher interest, you can start going to these other things because you can take the interest out and put it into something. But it's automatically gaining money. There is no risk, whatever. Nope. When you buy a decent CD, what's a decent CD? How much do you have?
You mean how much it costs?
Well, Ron just said, where do you buy a decent CD?
Oh,
I got one.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Schwab because Schwab is easy for me to deal with. And I also got one I went to bankrate.com because I'm always looking at the numbers. All banks don't get the same numbers. And what you want to do is look at what the output is.
Yeah. So I'll just add to that because DVP is 100% right. All banks are not created equal, folks. So make sure you do your research. DVP is big on research, you know, and I'm big on it when it comes to finance. So and it's easy, man. You know, with the internet nowadays, all you gotta do is go on there and say CD rates, and guess what? All the CD rates will come up. You can say CD rates for Bank of America. You can say CD rates for Chase or whatever, and it'll show you, and then you can make your decision from there.
And I just put bankrate.com. That's why I go too far to do everything, because Bankrate just does all of it for you. It tells you who got the best one, so you don't have to keep checking. And a lot of these places to open up an account, all you got to do is have online access. You can open an account because there aren't many. It seems to me like the best banks are the ones that don't have a physical building because they can cut down a lot of costs. No, they don't ask your income. So they want to know how much you can put in. As long as you can put the money in, they don't really care.
So Ron, think of it this way: you the owner of the money, right? You giving the bank your money and say, listen, y'all take my money, go ahead and invest it, do something with it, do whatever you want with it, give it out as loans, do whatever you want with it. But at the end of this contract period, I'm expecting a certain amount of money back. So that's what a CD is, and that's all guaranteed. It's on paper. It's all guaranteed.
And like I said, we're gonna talk a little bit more about it, not this show, because I want y'all to have your own 401k too. And I'm gonna just say this quickly, because when you run a business, and Mark is an entrepreneur, we've all done entrepreneurial stuff. If you don't set yourself up for retirement, that means you're gonna be working forever and ever and ever. I don't know anybody who wants to work until their 70s and 80s. I don't want you guys to have to work because you haven't set yourself up for retirement at some point. So you need to start looking at what it is you're doing so that at some point you can retire and pay yourself. I mean, I was lucky. I had a job with the county and got a retirement, but I know lots of people who don't, and they still don't have a 401k, because anybody can. It don't even take a whole lot to open up a 401k. Again, look at thebankrate.com. It'll answer questions about everything, CDs, IRAs, everything. But look and see what you got to do to start up. But then you have to be committed to putting some money towards your own 401k. So you need to be at a status now where you're not living paycheck to paycheck to do this. Because if you're living paycheck to paycheck, it just ain't gonna work for you. So you got to be disciplined, and you have to cut some things out. All right. So, but yeah, I want to get that in. All right. So let's get to the good part of the show, where we got some topics that we're going to discuss, because we're going to try to be a little bit more intentional. And people have been asking questions. And what I want us to do is to not drag subjects too long. If a subject is great and we got to have a part 2 the next week, then that's what we'll do. But we got to just be a little bit more. You ain't know what we talking about, Ron. we got to just be a little bit more intentional, because some people like the subject, but I have noticed that sometimes we get to acting goofy and silly, and we need to move on to something else. So I'm gonna start first, because mine is probably the most boring. All right, and I'm hoping Joe can come in and tell us something about politics. Now, and the first thing I'm gonna start on is law and order, because I need you guys to understand. The law in every country. I mean, every state, all 50 states and all these little things. The law for stop and frisk requires two things to be present before the police can stop and frisk you. Two things, not one or the other. They both must exist at the same exact time. They both must exist at the same exact time. For a stop and frisk to be legal, the police have to suspect that you are committing a crime, or about to commit a crime, or have committed a crime. Those things are mandatory. So if they stop you, they need to be able to tell you why they stopped you. Okay? So consider, we're going to make traffic stop. That's the first one. That's easy. A traffic stop is technically a stop and frisk, because the cop stopped you for speeding. Okay? So there's a crime that was committed. They want to know why you committed it. For a frisk to be legal, the officer must suspect that you are armed. He has to have a reason to believe that you are armed. And with that reason, the only thing they can check is your outer garments. That is it. He can't tell you to pull your coat off. He can't tell you to pull your shoes off. He can't even tell you to open up your coat. If you can't reach it manually, he can't either. So then it's not a danger to you. So this is the law. This is the United States law. So I hear a bunch of people keep saying, oh, well, he said he was scared, and that's cool. Trust me, I was a cop. We always scared of things we don't know. But if you can't get to the gun, then it's not really a threat to me. If you got to drop your coat, unbuckle your buckle, to reach down in your pants to get it, the frisk, he can't even pat you down for it. He can only touch your outer garments. If you got a gun on inside your coat and your coat is buttoned up, then both of y'all safe. Both of y'all safe. That's the law, ladies and gentlemen. That is the law of the land. Well, he felt the gun up underneath my coat. Okay. Well, he wanted to know why I had a gun. Well, the simple answer is you're an American citizen. The Constitution gives you the right to bear arms. Do you have to have a license? Because that's what they love to tell you. The Constitution says you have the right to bear arms. There's only one way that you don't have the right to bear arms in this country. Two things are required. You either are a convicted felon, can't handle a gun, or you have a protective order against you. Those are the only two things that will ever prevent you from having a gun. Ever. So what he can do, if he feels a gun, he can ask you for your ID to run your name to make sure you don't fall into one of those two categories. If you don't, he by law has to let you go. What you got for me, sir?
Just a question. So, convicted felon with a sealed record, is that the same thing as a convicted felon?
There's no such thing as a convicted felon with a sealed record.
No.
You can be a juvenile with a sealed record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But and that only applies as long as you don't do anything else. If you do something else, then your record becomes unsealed.
Got it.
So yeah. Right, Terry versus Ohio. So I just wanted to give y'all that because I see a lot of people asking, and I see some of these clips I see some of these clips and I hate them. I hate them. I'm frisking you for my safety and your safety. That's not the legal standard. It's not. A frisk is for outer weapons only. Oh, let me say this, and we're gonna move on to something else. A frisk, by law, can only be for weapons. There is no way I can do a Terry stop and find cocaine, dead bodies, nothing. I can only find weapons. Now, here's the one trick. If you run across a cop like me, because I teach this, I know based on my knowledge, training, and experience that this can be a gun, that some of these combs can be a gun. So when I feel one, I can articulate that based on my knowledge, training, experience. I can even show pictures. So if you have one of those in your outer garment, I can remove it to make sure that it's not. Again, I can remove it from your outer garment. I can't make you take your phone off of your belt clip under your coat against the law. Now, if your coat is open, I got a little leeway. But if your coat is closed, none whatsoever. But I can't go in your pot. Oh, I feel something. It feels like cocaine. This is BS. Because you know what cocaine feels like? Powder cocaine feels like BC. Crack cocaine feels like rocks. Marijuana feels like grass. There is no way that somebody can tell you that with any degree of expertise that they felt something that felt like contraband. To do a contraband, that's a search. And we'll get into searches at a later date. But I just want y'all to understand what Terry versus Ohio, what a stop and frisk is. Because that's what they like to say, stop and frisk. This, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the things that Donald Trump is trying to get rid of. He's trying to get rid of the requirement so that police can walk up you anytime and tell you to empty your pockets. They can walk up you anytime and just start, put you up against the wall, kick your legs out, and pat you down anytime they feel like it. So understand, I was a cop. This is done heavily in uninformed neighborhoods. It's done heavily in our neighborhoods because we don't know the law. Because who are we going to complain to? I'm going to say this, and I say it in every training class I teach. Anytime you get stopped by the cops, turn on the recorder in your phone. Even if you can't do nothing but record the audio. When something is going on, say it. When you see the officer's name tag, say the name tag. Say, Officer Smith, why are you doing this to me? Hey, officer, I can't see. Yeah, you don't have a name tag. What's your name, officer? I don't see a badge. Say all these things. You know you're recording this. And again, if you do it correctly, everything that goes to your phone should be saved to the cloud. So if they decide they want to smash your phone or whatever, it goes to the cloud. So you don't run the risk of losing anything. So that's y'all got any questions about my law? I just want to get mine out of the way because y'all got some good stuff. So y'all got any questions about law and order?
Nah,
that's good information. I don't think it's interesting that I just a comment because even though that seems like common knowledge, is not, and until people hear from somebody like you with the direct experience, I don't think they really truly know. So that's good. That's good information right there.
So I just want to give you that. Oh, Mo, tell me one more time so I can put in chat. What's the name of the money group?
Oh, let me give you the name. It's called. I don't know about her, so let me look it up real quick.
See, ladies and gentlemen, and I was supposed to fuss at more about this, but I didn't have time because I was running behind. But I have to ask you, can you change something so they know it's a money group? Because like basic money, beginner's money, 101, something that when they look it up, they know what they're going to. Because the name of it doesn't say that. So they've been asking. So I said I was going to say something to you about it.
Oh, it's because I do more than just money in it. That's why. But it's free social programs.
That's the name of it.
Yep, free social programs.
Okay. And you need to make it so that pages can join it, so I can share it to my page. Other than that, I can't share it to my page because it won't let me join this random thoughts.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll figure that out.
But yeah, check that out when y'all get a chance. Join that. Like I said, I'm working on it so he can let me join as random thoughts that way I can share it easily. But it's free social program, and we're gonna make it easy for y'all so y'all will know when y'all looking, because y'all looking for money. Y'all ain't thinking about social programs because this ain't welfare, none of that. So, but we're gonna work on that. All right. So one of the subjects that we want to talk about. Which one do I want first? Mark, go ahead.
Good one. Yeah, because it should segue into to Mo's. But the question that I have is, how did we get away from having the village and the community that helped raise kids and supported each other? How did we get away from it? Is it possible for us to get back to that stage?
Mo?
Make the village great again. Donald Trump, make the village great again, huh? So I'm gonna just say this, man, because and you know, we probably all gonna have different answers because I got a different perspective than DVP and than you, Mark, and whoever. But and it's a good question and good topic. But I'll just say, I personally never had a village, so
okay,
I can't even talk about when it was there and when we got away from it, because you know my background is segmented and dysfunctional and no real community. So I can't even really talk about when we got away from it because I don't even know what that's all about. But I will say that I do know a couple things, though. I did experience a few things. Just as a child, I did I inherited the behaviors of the hood, right? And so this is when I realized, though, that there was a community. I went over to my buddy's house, and like normal, I just, when I go in the house, I see an adult or whatever, just walk right by him. I mean, that's just what we learned, it wasn't nothing. But I went over to my Jamaican friend's house, and his dad said, "What you doing?" I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Did you say good morning?" I said, "No, man, I'm in the hood, man. I don't say this is just me in my head. I'm in the hood, man. I don't say good morning, But he's like, when you come in people's house, you should speak. And just that little thing right there, man, made me realize that, man, I got gaps. I'm missing stuff because I didn't even realize you're supposed to do that. I just walk right by you. I come in your house, I walk right by you, man. So I don't know about the village. That's all I can say.
And this is my opinion. As he said, we all got what hurt us was money. The worst thing that we ever got was money. When we got money, what the first thing we did was we moved up out of the hood. So that community that I grew up with, where we all looked out for each other because we were all poor and we all knew it, and we had I got toys based on what you got. And when I came, if my mama worked late, one of you guys' mom would take care of me. Once we start moving out into Cascade, you're not from here, Mo, but we start moving to the Cascades and all them, we lost touch with that. Remember, there was a time, Mark, you ain't old enough. Mo, you're a little bit younger than me, but there was a time there was no such thing as individual toys. Everything that we pretty much got, we needed somebody else. Even when we got skates on a bicycle, we needed other people. We didn't have anything like PlayStation where we could do it in our house and play with the kids across the street. Hell, the reason I learned how to play jacks was on rainy days. I lived with a bunch of girls. So all I could do was be on the porch. When they played jacks, I could either play jacks or go to sleep. So I learned to play fucking jacks. So I'm just saying, Cascade, Cascade originally was the hood for black people who had money. So everybody else stayed in Adamsville, Bankhead, or Dixie Hills. It's pretty much if you stay in Atlanta, that's pretty much where you stayed. But once we got to the point where we got a little bit of money and we couldn't wait to get out, to me, we lost so much cohesion. Like I say, I came from that era. We had drug dealers in the hood, but again, and I tell people, this is my era. The drug dealers didn't mess with the smart kids at all, and they didn't mess with the athletes. And they were the best chaperones because they wouldn't let the athletes or the smart kids go to none of the parties. They wouldn't let them hang out late. They were strict about that. Now, if you was an ain't shit person, you could hang out late, you could do whatever. If you was a loose girl, yeah, they was gonna put you on the street, but they wouldn't do it to the smart girl. Like I said, they would be like, "Hey, what you doing here? You got to go home. You not one of us." And we lost that because we became so competitive and we became so cutthroat because Mark got something now and he ain't giving it to me, or he think he better than this, and nobody was getting big screen TVs in the hood. We all had a 17-inch black and white with an antenna was gonna break week 3, but we all learned to play together. Like I said, Mark's family became my family. Whenever my mama worked late, my family became Mark's family. Whenever his family worked late, no matter how poor we were. Hey, when my mama made something to eat, she was gonna make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. She knew Mark was coming over because we might not have had enough food to cook for everybody, but it was always enough peanut butter and jelly in the hood. So these are the things that we did, and it brought camaraderie. This is when we would go to the same schools, or when we walked somewhere, we stood unified as a hood. You know, Bankhead ain't finna let nobody from Boyne Home talk trash because all the Bankhead people stick together. They go to school together. They live in the same neighborhood. Like I said, me and Mark may have our own little personal beef, but we like brothers now. Mo, you can't come and talk trash to Mark because I'm listening, but I'm standing behind you because as soon as Mark say the word, I'm finna bust you in the back of the head because this is not what you finna do. But once we became financially, we moved up financially, the hood just started going down, and it just became unproductive for us. But most of us who have that sense of unity, who have some of the manners that you was talking about, you was missing, Mo, we learned it in the hood because we had Miss Mary, but we had to help her with her groceries. We had all these older people, and we were taught to respect our elders. We didn't curse in front of adults because Mark mama could whoop my ass just as quick as my mama whooped my ass. And when Mark mama whooped my ass, she was gonna tell my mama, so I ended up getting 2 ass whoopers for saying damn in front of Mark mama. It's like, so you don't say nothing. We came from that era when we knew what that transformer sounded like when it was warming up. When that transformer warmed up, the only thing that was clear in that transformer was your mama hollering your whole government name. When you heard your whole government name, and you could hear your government name from 3.5 miles away. From 3.5 miles away, you could hear your whole government name, and you took off running. You didn't walk. You didn't do nothing. It could be 3rd and 12, and you run that out route, and the game on the line. And when you hear your mama call your name, you just keep running out. You don't even catch the ball and spike. You just keep on running. Because, like I say, you can hear that in a storm. You can hear your name being called. It's like parents say they can tell when their baby crying. Little kids know when they hear their mama's voice.
Oh, yeah.
You can have on headphones, be in the middle of a party. When you hear your name called, you know what it means. And, and I think that's why, to Mark's question, we lost so much of it. Because where do we go now? I mean, and Mark, we play football. Mark, who was more organized? Who was more organized than Soul Patrol?
I would say we were right there. I ain't gonna say we was as organized, but we probably would have been next in line.
Right, but they were just something special.
Yeah, but the organization y'all had was something special. Considering
it was intimidating.
Especially 97% of them still stayed in Bankhead courts. It was,
and you couldn't
the dynamic.
And when you saw one, you saw 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I say, Mo, this is something, but like when we played, there was a flag football league, and they were so organized. We had halftime. They would put on a halftime show, like a real halftime show. They had major rest. They had music. Yeah. We're playing 9-on-9. Most of us got 12 to 15 players. Bankhead Court would roll out with 35 players.
Yeah.
And they were going to play. It wasn't like trophy. These dudes, it's like, and you couldn't do that. You couldn't do something to one of them. You couldn't. So when one of them says something to you, you just like, okay, George, okay. Hey man, your mama stink. You right, she does. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not finna mess with all 30 of y'all.
Yeah, it was gonna be all 30 of them.
Yeah, all 30.
Wow.
And I'm gonna say this, we're gonna move on. But I played with the sheriff's department team one time, and they thought because they were sheriffs, they thought they could challenge Bankhead. I was playing. Let me rephrase that. I was actually playing with Bankhead, and we played the sheriff's team. in DeKalb County, they ended up calling the police on them, and the police ran the sheriff's team out. When we did it in off of Welcomont, the sheriff department team, and I was there. They like, physical. Oh, wait till we get to the car. I was like, dude, you never said it. Bankhead boys don't have shit in their car. It's in our football bags. Everybody on Bankhead on the field, everybody had a gun on the field. Everybody. And it wasn't for the opposition. It was just in case something started somewhere else. But you don't tell these boys you got to go to the car to get your gun. They got that shit. Well, 3 of them got theirs on the field. But and it's like, dude, I don't know. But like I say, they were a united front, and their unity was around Bankhead Court. Mm-hmm. After they won tournaments, I can testify. We got back from North Carolina at 2 in the morning. At 2 in the morning, Bankhead Court was up and awake, and they had a picnic at 2:15 in the morning. Wow. Bankhead Court, not the football team, the whole project. I was gonna call them a subdivision. But they had already called people and told them that we won. People, when that bus pulled in, people was already out grilling. Whole grills at 2 in the morning. Whole grill. They got tables set up at 2:15 in the morning.
Wow, that's crazy.
Who does this? And it's like, man, this is the craziest shit I ever seen.
Yeah. And to add to the comment, one thing that I thought about is that moving in and moving out consistently. Nobody's staying like we used to. Grandparents buy the house and raise generations. Now so such transient where people moving in for a year, moving out in a year. And I think that takes away from having that strong community that we used to have as well. Because it's not nobody's being stable anymore. So that hurts us. But we definitely need to figure out how to get it back because we need it.
Yeah, so
hold on. Bankhead was a whole city, bro. It wasn't a neighborhood. Bankhead was a city.
Yeah. The top and the bottom.
It was a city. Go ahead, Mo.
Oh, no, I was just going to add to what Mark was saying. It's important what Mark's saying because with just about anything, and I kind of teach this with money, you need to have, there's a difference between being rich and having legacy money, right? And so what Mark's talking about is the family unit, right? It's different between, like you said, people moving in and moving out, but the legacy's gone. But if you have that legacy, man, there's so much more you could do with just about everything. And I'm talking about the house, talking about connections, talking about everything. You move away, kind of your connections kind of go away. You know what I mean? Because they used to be right there, and you could just even it's weird when people move away. They the calls slow down. They can't visit, and so you lose some connectivity. But so I think that's pretty important what Mark was talking about.
See, like for me, I grew up in Dixie Hill. Like he mentioned, I grew up in Dixie Hill. So to my knowledge, my great-grandparents moved in Dixie Hill in 1937. I moved out of Dixie Hill in 92. So as I'm walking the streets, everybody knows my great-grandparents, my grandparents, and my mom, uncles, and aunts. So it was, if they see you, oh, ain't you one of Liz's kids? Which my grandmama was Elizabeth. Yep. Now, which one your mama? Beverly? Oh, yeah, I know her. You know what I mean? Mr. Otis, that's your great-granddaddy. Yep. So those people knew my lineage from far back, like I said, my great-grandparents. So those were the same people that made sure that I was doing something right. If I'm doing something wrong, they can correct me right then. And like DVP said, I'm not going home to tell on myself. Oh, Miss Josephine said this. Well, why she said what you were doing? Now I'm in trouble, like it should be. So if Miss Josephine corrected me, I straightened up and went on about my day. But I think now, people like that, anybody can correct somebody else's child, and that's a big disconnect that we got now too.
Well, and that disconnect came from the crack era that we don't want to talk about. We all grew up with adults. Everybody Mark talking about right now were kids who had kids. There was no adult around. We never, I guarantee you that between the three of us, even Ron, we never heard, you better not say nothing to my child, or you better not put your hands on my child. Teachers had permission to whoop us. Bus drivers had permission to whoop us. Neighbors had, anybody who was over 21 had permission to whoop us if we did something out of pocket.
Yeah.
We never heard this. Oh, you better not talk to my child that kind of way. Where? And I'm willing to bet, even when we grew up, 9 times out of 10, our parents discouraged us from fighting. Why you and Mark got into a fight? You know how when me and Mark get into a fight, they're gonna make us apologize. They're gonna make us shake hands. They might make us hug. We didn't fight. We had our little argument. If we had a fight, it stayed outside.
Yeah.
Because one, we can't fight because it messed up the team dynamics. Because now we can't play whatever we playing because everybody got to lose a player. But like I say, once our parents found out, oh man, I gotta hug this dude. I gotta shake it.
Hey, you know what?
And then they're gonna make us be best friends. So there was a sense of pride there because everybody looked out for each other because we were all in the same boat. You know, like I say, when we all had them damn skates that you had to have sneakers for it, most of y'all don't remember that, but they had the little key so you tighten the snake around your sneakers because we all had them cheap ass Jeepers that couldn't tear up. And we skated on concrete. That's how we got all these scars and shit. But we were all together. When I was going to the store, I said, "Hey, Mark, what's doing, man? I'm finna walk up to the corner store." It sounded cute, but it was like, "Come on, let's go," because can't either one of us walk up there by ourselves. Even though we were protected, you didn't go nowhere by yourself. And we didn't have no problem. Okay, we were young. I guess we were all guilty of sexual harassment in a sense, but we didn't bother girls. We fell on booties and pull hair, but that was what everybody did. But there was no true sexual assault in the way they talk about shit now.
Yeah.
And I guess we were all guilty of bullying. So, these kids couldn't have made it back then, but it still taught us a sense of unity because it taught us not to be sensitive. You work what you got, but everybody in your neighborhood is in theory your brother or your cousin. You protect them. When we lost that and we start moving out, now Mark don't know me. He may see me in school, but we don't know each other because we doing everything online. I could play Sega by myself. I could play Nintendo by myself. It taught us to start being solo artists. And that's what happened with all these kids now. All of them are solo artists. They can do everything without anybody else. And that was, to me, that was the demise of the projects. That was the demise because that was our community. That's how we became stronger, more solidified. And it hurt us.
And I just wanted to add something that something important you said, DVP. You said the parents make you apologize. That's a incredible gesture because as a teen, you ain't apologizing. But if you got a parent or somebody who cares there to say you need to apologize, that's an out for you because you can maintain your dignity and just you can pawn it off as, well, they made me apologize. Even if you wanted to, right? You wouldn't do it because you're in the hood or whatever. You wouldn't do it. But if a parent said you need to apologize, that's your way out. And so if you don't got nobody pushing you to do things, sometimes that's not good enough for you. That's not good for you.
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm 95% of us who were raised like that didn't have a dude around. So I hate when they keep saying that women making us soft, because that was what we grew up with. Damn near everybody in the hood is raised by their mother and their mother alone. So there wasn't a whole bunch of men around for us to role models. The men we saw were drug dealers, numbers runners, and shit like that. We didn't have a lot of male role models, and we still survived. And we came out on top without trauma. Because, I think most of us over-exaggerate about the whoopings. Most of us didn't get the shit beat out of us. When we got a whooping and we had to go get our own damn switches, 9 times out of 10, we deserved that shit. We did something stupid. We did something that was totally fucking unacceptable. Yep. And we got punished for it. And guess what, though? This is one time I'm going to come back to the system. We still knew we were loved because we knew why we was getting that whoop. We knew ahead of time. We were just hoping that they weren't gonna find out, like Mark said, when Miss Mamie don't call over and say, "Oh yeah, I seen you, the boy. Oh yeah, that mouth. That boy might need his mouth washed out with a little soap because he sure knows some words." We knew what that meant. Mm-hmm. Let me go on outside and get this switch. Cause damn, So guess what we learned? We learned to stop cursing in public. We making sure ain't nobody around, because it was little things like that. And if you ever watch an Oriental movie, and this is my big thing, everything is about making the family look good. In the hood, we made sure our family looked good, because the thing is, what happened in the house, stay in the house. We weren't telling them about what's going on in the house. We came outside the house, no matter how raggedy we was, our teeth was brushed, we had bathed, whether we had soap or not, but we looked clean. We might have been hungry in the mogul, but you guess what you ain't do? You ain't begging nobody for food, and you not finna embarrass me. And we lived that because it was all about perception. You never let people know what was going on in your house. Oh, Ron got whooped with a Hot Wheel track. See, they had some money. They had some money. They got a Hot Wheel track. By the time I got a Hot Wheel track, I was beyond whoopings. What you say, Mark?
I say, yeah, I never got whooped with a Hot Wheel track. But it was part of the thing we used, like you said, that thing was, when you go outside this house, don't embarrass me. That was my mama's biggest thing. Don't embarrass me outside this house.
And we knew what that meant. Don't fucking embarrass her. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm not. So yeah, but when you asked that question, it resonated. It resonated. And what was the second half of the question? Let me go back and look, because it was actually a two-parter for me.
Let me
go back and look.
How do we get back to that point?
How do we get back to that?
Or is it possible? Yeah.
It's absolutely possible if we stop. Just like, okay, the title of the show is Random Thoughts with DVP. I could keep making it about myself. I could do whatever I wanted to. But I could be trying to get y'all on here because I want all y'all to get something. We got to stop we should all be competitive in a friendly way. So I want you to raise up, because when you raise up, I raise up. We can keep bringing each other up, as opposed to everything is competitive in a bad way. Everything is competitive in a bad way, and that's our downfall. We got to get rid of this post-traumatic slave disorder. We got to quit thinking that things are okay. We got to quit not giving a shit about our fellow man. And once we get back to that, and I used this example before, me and Mo have never met in person, but let's just say we were all living in the same place. When Mo's wife hit the street and he's somewhere else, if something happens to her, Mo should have an expectation that I'm going to step up and not let that happen to her. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. And too many times now, the only people that dudes want to watch out for is relatives or people they sleeping with. They don't care about nobody else. We never had that problem growing up, because if we knew them, they were in our hood, they were automatically protected. So we automatically start doing that. Now everybody's so selfish. Now these dudes want to be girls because I want a woman to take me out. I want a woman to ask me out. I want a woman to do this. I want a woman to do. So you don't want to be a man. Just date men then. If you want all these things that a woman got, just date men, because that's what they do to get them. That whole transition, but again, it goes back to the crack era. There were no adults in the hood at that point. It was just kids having kids, raising kids. And when you deal with a lot of these mothers, and I hate to pick on them, but a lot of them got pregnant because they wanted to be loved, and they treated the baby like a puppy. Everybody loves a puppy. But when that puppy get out of the pup stage, it becomes a dog, what happened? They end up at the pound because nobody wants to deal with this big ass dog. But Rottweiler puppies are the fucking cutest. But when that Rottweiler grow up, that Rottweiler's a handful. When your kids stop being babies, they are a handful. They got attitudes, they got challenges. But who are these women learning to be mothers from? They didn't have the elders. As bad as me and you are, Mark, what did it take? When one of these old ladies who couldn't chase us nowhere said something to us, what did we went into? Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Stop in your tracks.
They couldn't beat us. They couldn't do nothing. But as soon as they said something, respect came just like that. Mm-hmm. When was the last time somebody our age or older told a grown person, you ain't my mama? That right there, Mo, that right there would have, man, we would have ended up in the yard to tell that statement to any adult woman. You ain't my mama. You can't. What? I'm gonna be like, did you tell Miss Sue she wasn't your mama?
Yeah.
No, what I had said was, you're not my mama's best friend. That's what I said. I said, you're not my mama's best. She didn't hear the best friend part. And like I said, we need to get that respect back. We need to get that internal love back, and we need to just start looking out for each other.
True.
And it's really not that hard. Because when you go to other communities, and I'm gonna let y'all have this in a minute. Why aren't the police prevalent in Chinatown? Why aren't they prevalent in Vietnamese sections? Because they look out for each other. You don't hear about the police doing shit in those towns, because when the police go into Chinatown, it's 100 Chinamen watching them. But they take care of their own. See, back in the day, the police didn't come to the hood a lot. These same dope dealers, aka/chaperones, when you did something, they beat your ass, handcuffed you to the edge of the property, called the police and say he at the street corner, right where Bankhead Court starts. So all the police had to do was pull up, and there was a dude handcuffed to the corner. But they didn't come inside because they know they weren't welcome, and the system regulated itself. Miss Mayor never locked her doors. She never locked her doors, and guess what? Nobody ever broke into her house. Ever.
No.
Ever. If they broke into the house, it was to leave some groceries or something. Well, she wasn't finna get bothered. I guarantee. Mark grew up in Dixie Hills. I guarantee you, we can count me and him together on one hand how many rapes happen in our neighborhoods.
Yeah. If it happened.
That's why I say both of us together, and it's still we ain't gonna use one hand. It just didn't happen. We had child abuse because some of these people, but we didn't have no real crime because that just wasn't the way it was set up.
Yeah.
Because even if your mama got out of hand, one of the neighbors gonna say, "Hey, you know, he don't deserve all that. That's a good boy. You know, you doing." They got talked to by their elders, and guess what? They showed the same respect that we learned to show.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about Mark, but man, I got sick one time. And my mama, man, she put on some Vicks Vapor Rub and gave me some 3-6. I couldn't wait to tell my grandmama. I couldn't wait. My grandmama said, "Send him over here. I got him." My mama can't say that to her mama. She gave me the evil eye, but you ain't finna do that because I done told your mom. That's the one somebody I can tell. I can tell your mama. She trying to kill me over him. But that's all somebody I can say something to. But we had mad respect for women. We had married. I said, we pulled her hair, but I don't care who she is. If a girl push Mark down the step, Mark know good and damn well he can't hit that girl back. He better find another girl to fight her, but all he can do is take that one on the chin, be like, because the mom be like, "You hear the girl? She was bigger than me. Was she a girl? She was bigger than me. Was she a girl?" Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And you see the difference in the generation. Like I said, and so much of we don't talk about it. So much is tied into the crack era. The crack era is where we lost total control of what happens in our community. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
Just a quick comment, man, because you mentioned about how they had a sense of community in the area, and I just want to tell y'all, one time in my life, I lived in this place called Somerville, Massachusetts. And if you know anything about Somerville, Massachusetts, is the home of where Whitey Bulger lived. Okay, wasn't no crime in the town, zero. All right, if you know anything about Whitey Bulger, he was in the mafia.
That was a mafia dude, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was, and dude was no joke. And so there was the fact that they had residents in Somerville meant Somerville was off limits. Untouchable. So I lived there, and there was no crime, man. I had people was leaving their door open because I come from the hood. I'm like, how can you leave your door open like that? I said, ain't no crime in Somerville. I said, what you mean? There's crime everywhere. I said, no, there ain't no crime here. Mafiosos have home here, so don't nobody steal. If you steal something here, you're getting thrown off the Route 1 bridge. And after I heard that, I was like, wow, that's crazy, man. It's like community protection.
Man, I'm gonna tell you how the crazy shit ever happened to me. I lived in Douglas County. I had a house. I left. I went somewhere for a week. Fucking forgot to lock my door. So when I'm getting back, I'm rushing home because I'm like, not only did I forget to lock it, it was open. And I don't know how I forgot. I was like, when I got back home, I swear somebody came in and vacuumed. And I swear, I know I can leave the house. I know I can leave the house this clean. But my car, you know how you move into a new place, how the carpet got them little lines on it where they do that little special design thing. It had that. I'm looking. I'm like, well, dishes washed. Somebody came and clean my shit up. That's when you're in a good neighborhood. And I'm like, awesome. Man, this.
That's a bizarre wall right there, man.
You know, this is insane.
That's backwards.
Yeah, because they didn't lock doors in the projects. You walked in and out of everybody's house. You just walked in, and unlike Mo, you walk in and you speak. Soon the door, hey, to whoever you see.
Hey, Miss Mary, or my friends all say, hey, Daryl, mama. Because that's what we knew. But hey there, hey Mark, mama.
Yeah.
Hey Mark, after that situation, man, I learned that day. I just, like I said, man, I was like a wild dog growing up in the hood, man. I ain't had no structure, you know, no social skills, nothing. But you know, I got them that way. You know, people course corrected me, so
yeah, that's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
So here go our resident misfit, who's worse than Mark. What you got, Ron?
No. My thing was I kind of wanted to respond to Mo about the village, and one of the things that you were saying is that everybody came from a different background, and my joke about Cascade was because people actually believe I was born and raised in Atlanta. I was born in Ohio. We moved to Atlanta in 1978. And we moved off Cascade Road and Dotson Drive. So I didn't have the chance to experience the Dixie Hill, the Bankhead. But the thing is,
you got a mom and a daddy. You weren't allowed over there.
My parents divorced when I was 8 months old. And my mother moved back to Georgia, where she was from.
Okay.
So when she moved back to Georgia, she said, I'm taking my son with me. Now the thing, what I'm saying about and I'm giving a homage to the village because I'm an only child in a single parent home. But I had a neighbor next door, Mr. Johnny and his wife. They didn't have no kids, and they was about my mama's age. Mr. Johnny said, "Hey, I'm about to change my brakes on my Trans Am. Come over here and learn something."
Yeah, that's good.
So I had two young brothers my age. One of them was a year older than me. One of them was a year younger than me. His daddy came over. He was in a married household. He said, "Hey, let me teach you how to fish." And we hopped in the car, put tackle boxes in the back of the Monte Carlo, not the SS, the old big body Monte Carlo with the long trunk. He said, "Let's go. We finna go learn how to fish." Now, at the same time, I got an uncle on Old National that moved down here from Ohio, and he's selling heroin and crack up and down Old National. I respect the village because in answer to Mark's question, sometimes as a man, you have to step up and say, I'm going to be the village. My mama didn't ask these men to do nothing for me. We just moved up on that street. She came down here, she bought her a house, she got herself started over, she got divorced. And it was men in the neighborhood that say, hey, I'm looking at this single woman and she got this little boy in the house with her. They didn't come over and try to holler at her. They said, we looking at a boy that we can keep out the streets.
That's good. Good stuff.
So, I mean, I'm understanding the concept, and I'm giving an answer to the questions, because the second part of Mark's question is, how do we become that village again? And my thing is, you have to talk to people who want to be receptive about it. You know, you can't force people to be receptive, but you lead by action. And if I'm walking through here, you know, if I'm walking through life bullying, saying I got it all, which I ain't really got shit. That's why I asked about the financial stuff. To rewind even back further, I'm sitting there saying, hey, I ain't got much, man, but I got common sense. I know how to treat people right. I know how to look at a young man that's going astray and his mama sitting there saying, oh God, what or a daughter. Cause I got all girls. I got 7 girls and 2 boys between grandparents and grandkids and kids. Somebody gonna sit there and they gonna look at me and they gonna say, this man got something he can offer to somebody. I don't care if it's teaching them how to read. You know, you ain't got no daddy to go to a daddy-daughter dance. Hey, I got me about 15 Steve Harvey suits. I'm gonna clean up and I'm gonna go. It ain't my daughter, but guess what? That's a village. You see what I'm saying? That's my point. To answer the question, it's like, hey, how do we get to come back to that? And my thing is, you got so many men, adult males are saying, well, I don't owe your kids nothing. Well, you don't owe them nothing, but damn, you owe society something because they treat us all like shit. Why don't you step up and show them something? Okay, well, I ain't had no daddy, but this man took me to a daddy-daughter dance and he treated me like I was his daughter.
Yeah. Good stuff.
That's why I disagree. We all owe something because I owe it to it. Because I have a daughter, I got a wife, I got a mama, and when we take that single-minded mentality, it was like, oh, I'm always be there. There is no way either one of us could be with the women we love 24/7. There's no way we could be with the family and we love 24/7. But if we have a network, that's what we can do. But it's so many dudes who be like, I don't know them, they ain't mine. And I hate as soon as I hear that, I just hate that mentality.
I think you misunderstood what I was saying because I'm agreeing 100% directly with you. My thing is,
co-sign, Ron. I didn't disagree. I co-sign.
Yeah, it's like, I got granddaughters. My wife has 5 grandkids. 3 of them are girls. Biologically, they are not mine. But when them girls come home and they show me what they did in school and they doing this, that, and the third, and we got daddy-daughter dances. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, after all this, we going Dairy Queen. I mean, it sounds cliche, but it's simple because a little 8-year-old and a little 11-year-old girl is sitting there saying, my granddaddy took me Dairy Queen. Am I her granddaddy? Nope. But if that's what she wants to say, go right ahead.
Yeah.
I turned her on to sushi. She's like, hey, Papa, when we going back to the sushi spot? All right, as soon as I get some gas in the car, what's up? Let's go. And people don't understand that kids are impressionable. You know,
adults are impressionable. Because they ain't been nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know some people who still have not left the state of Georgia. You're 40 years old. You have never left Georgia. I mean, not even to go to Alabama. You have never left Georgia.
They ain't seen nothing.
And it's like, you know how much it costs to drive to Alabama? Just to go to casino, go to whatever. Even Biloxi. I mean, man, you ain't never wanted to get outside of this. And 2 of them got kids. Your kids, this is all they know. You know, oh man, it costs too much.
You want to sit there and give them the world. You can't take them to Mobile. Come on now.
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, you know, you can't even drive to Florida. Come on, bro. It's a beach at Florida. It's a 4-hour drive. But this is why we have to start stepping up and at least exposing people, because people know what they're exposed to. And we have to step out and embrace it and tell people about stuff. You know, I just posted a link in there for about taking trips, the Melodic Virgin Getaway. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. They got some crazy prices for some trips if you ain't never been somewhere. Some of them are local, some of them are overseas. But hey, man, instead of buying some rims or that $1,000 purse that you've been looking at that you can't put no money in, go somewhere. some of these trips, man, for $700, you can enjoy 2, 3, 4 nights some places. We gotta expand our horizons, and we gotta, man, you just gotta expand your horizons.
It's a guy that I kind of pay attention to. I got respect for, and he said pretty much the same thing. He said if you sitting there chasing after material stuff, and he said you get the material stuff, and I'll use your example as rims. If I sit there and I go, buy some $1,500 rims for my car, and they decide they want to repo my car, I ain't got them rims no more. But if I spend a $15,000 trip to take my kids to Hawaii or Vegas or wherever, and they decide they want to put collections on me, they can take the money back. I still win. You can't take the fact that I win.
You can't take that away from me.
You can't take the fact that I win. I sat there and went to a luau and saw hula dancers and all. You can't take it from me. You can take this car. I get another one. I can't sit there and complain about getting my wages garnished for a trip to Hawaii, and I ain't even go. Oh no, I went. So I'm on the same wavelength. So that this is why I sit there and I come home from work and I logged in and I was like, oh, they at it again.
Well, like I said, we got some plans, but yeah, I want y'all to go somewhere. So, I'm
going to Alaska this summer.
Me too. I want to see polar bears from a ship.
Oh,
I need to make sure they can't get to me.
Okay. You need to inbox me because we going as like a 25, 30 person group.
Well, okay. I got you.
I've been to Alaska. It's beautiful.
Thank you for rubbing it in, sir. I'm going to see me a polar bear catch a trout in his mouth.
Hey Mark, did you see I think I got the name right. Did you see the Aurora Borealis?
No.
You know what that is?
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
That's the light thing, right?
Yeah, man.
The Northern Star.
What's that?
The Northern Star.
No, it's like, man, I had to look it up, man. I just know
I look it up.
It's something that I want to see.
Yeah, but it's what everybody go for.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Well, it's one of the things they go for.
Yeah, they call it Rolling Lights, like DVP said.
Yeah, I'm going to Bermuda on Sunday. So
you don't get caught in that triangle, we ain't up see your ass again.
Hold it down that week, Ron.
Hey man.
All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Then we're gonna get the Mo's one. That's
cool.
We got 40 minutes to do that. We're gonna take a quick break, so we'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. I want to get y'all some adult beverage, except for you, Mark. And Ron, you at work, so you need it.
No, I'm off.
I love Atlanta, a city in the forest. Hi, I'm Jeff Cleveland, seasoned loan officer in the Atlanta market. And whether you're buying a new home, refinancing to do debt consolidation, home improvements, or just to lower your payment, give me a call. I'll ensure that you're treated with dignity and respect, that you're informed throughout the process, and that there are no surprises at closing. Give me a call and let's get started.
All right, that was my quick commercial break. Now, let me just go on and give this brother his credit. If y'all looking at refinancing, doing whatever, I'm going to tell y'all, and I hit this brother up. This brother was a royal pain in my ass. A royal pain. But he was like, D, you got your shit together. You need to refinance the house. I said, dude, I'm not going to refinance the house. I'm where I want to be. I can afford the payments. I can do this. I can do that. I'm good. He said, D, what the mo dip out? Okay, well, he'll be back. But he got me good. My interest rate on my house is 2.5.
Damn it, man.
So I don't know what y'all doing. And I was fighting the system because, again, I was just starting to understand money. But he got me my interest rate at 2.5. And when people call now, like, oh, I can get you this. Bro, if you can't get me at 2, we're not talking. Oh, I can. If you won't stay 2, I'm not hearing nothing you saying. How'd you get 2? I said, no, it ain't even important. But this brother, like I said, I went to school with Hill Panther. but he called me. We had talked before about some stuff, and he's like, "This is what you need to do." And he got me hooked on bankrate.com, and he started telling me stuff. I started paying a little bit more attention, and that's what got my journey, because I understand we need to take baby steps to feel comfortable with, because we don't know what disposable income means. Disposable income doesn't mean we got money, we can go to the club this weekend. We never plan long term for stuff, which would segue us to Mo's topic. When is it time to move? And I add a little bit to it. When is it time to move on and move up? So I'm gonna let Mo give y'all his premise, and we're gonna talk about that right quick for the next 40 minutes.
All right. So what I want to do is this is a topic, but I want us each to take a sector, because we could be here for 5 hours if we don't do it that way. So I'm gonna let everybody take a sector. But the question is this, because it's something I think about a lot. It's something I had to deal with and figure out myself. When is it time to move on from family, friends, a job, and a relationship? So those 4 things. So we each gonna take a topic and talk about it. Y'all can decide which one y'all want, but I know I had to figure out, when it was time to move from each of those. And some of them I stayed entirely too long. All right, and that's why I want to talk about it, because I know everybody got different lessons. So we're gonna give the viewers some game here. So I'll start, and I'll say, and it's just for me, like I said, because if we did one topic and went around the horn, we'd all have different answers, and it would take 5 hours. So I'm gonna take family. So my thing is, when is it time to move on from family? So this is, I actually have actual experience with this, because I had to do this. And when I say had to, it was for survival purposes, because I come from a real dysfunctional family, and people didn't even really care about themselves. So there's no way they can get to caring about me. So when I say when is it time to move on from family, really is when you know they don't have room to really have concern for you, and you find yourself doing unhealthy things, making unhealthy decisions. There were times where I'm bailing people out of jail, and I don't even got no money. I had to get it somehow to do that, Or there's times when people didn't pay their bills, they're about to get evicted, they calling me. And I'm like, okay, this got to stop, man. I'm trying to move my life forward, and every step I take forward, I got to take 2 steps backward to help you out, And so, whether or not it's not, and it wasn't a thing where I was intolerant. It was a thing where the things happen repeatedly, So I understand things get hard for everybody. I got no problem with that. But when you repeatedly do things and put yourself in situations that cost someone else, that's a big problem, man. So with family, it's just, if you can't really enjoy them as, people to be in your social space, people to just be happy with, people to just be happy to see, but there's always problems and stuff, it might be time to move on. All right, anybody want to do friends? Go on ahead.
Oh no, sir. That's why we can have part 2 and part 3. We're gonna stick with family, so everybody can give a discussion about family.
All right. Okay. All right. So go ahead. Whoever want to take it next, go ahead, man.
I go next. I don't think about moving on from family. I just look at it as being a different way from dealing with them. Once it gets to a point that they like a burden, or you only hear from them when they want something, I'm not going to move on from them, but I'm going to handle them differently, because they still family. I know a lot of people you say it's family, but I still want to check on my family. You know what I mean? But I'm going to do it on my terms. I'm going to set boundaries for them, but they're still family to me. So no, you can't consistently call and ask me for money. And I'm dealing with that right now, which is crazy because it's family. But I still want to be a part of your life in some point, in some aspect, but with my boundaries set. So I'm not going to move away from you, but I'm just going to handle you differently, because it's you family and I still love you. So that's how I look at it.
Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, shit. Y'all done threw me on the spot with this one. I'm glad I checked in. But I mean, my thing is, with the family, it's an open book because the number one person that starts it is my mother. And the thing is that everybody that knows me personally, they know I grew up in a single parent home with my mother. But I'm a daddy's boy. I'm a daddy's boy. Every time my daddy said, we finna do this, we got this going on, mama, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm going to spend time with my daddy. I'm going to do this. I'm playing baseball. I'm doing this, that, and the third. Well, growing up in a single parent home, and she has the mentality that I did everything for you, which she did. My thing is, I wanted a man in my life. And the man that I wanted had my same name, and I looked just like him. When I look in the mirror, I'm saying, and he never turned his back on me. Him and her just split. That's y'all problem. That's y'all problem. Hey, hey, my daddy sat there and turned me on to baseball. He told me about them girls. He told me everything. I signed a baseball and autographed it like I was Derek Jeter and put a baseball in his casket. I am a daddy's boy. So when I started shunning away, and my thing is I always respected my mother, but she was so hot that I always wanted to be around my daddy. So when my daddy started giving me them life lessons and started telling me, hey, this is how you do this. This is what you do here. This is how you treat a lady. Don't let nobody treat you like this. Stand up, be a man, stand on 10 toes. Somebody get in your face, walk away. If they follow you, put your hands in their face. My mama couldn't stand that. She wanted me to be a timid little boy. I can't say that about everybody, so I'm not going to blanket it. But I said, mama, my daddy ain't teach me this. Now, as far as what Mark said about the money, and I have to put it out there because I'm trying to be transparent. When I sat there and got my 100% VA, the first I ain't talking about hitting the lottery. I'm not talking about winning the crash settlement with an ambulance chaser and an 18-wheeler truck. I'm talking about something I earned. My mama said, well, what you gonna do for me? I'm like, I got a family to take care of. First of all, I'm gonna make sure I got 2 kids in college. I'm gonna make sure my kids got everything they need because I struggled in college. I know what ramen noodles is about. So I had the first person I had to cut off as far as money is concerned was my mama. You got full retirement on the job. What you want money from me for? The whole time I've been alive, you say, I got money. I got money. I can do whatever I want. Okay, well, finally, I told my mama I got money. She said, well, what you going to do for me?
Hey, Rob.
You've been doing it for yourself.
I don't want to cut you off, Ron, but
go ahead.
No, I just want to tell you, man, my mother did the same thing, man. I could relate to that 150,000%. Exact same thing, man. Anytime I would get something of value, especially money, like where's my piece at? She's do fingers like that, man. Where's my money at? Oh my God, get on my nerves, man.
It's not that I don't think she deserves it, but when I was 16 years old, you told me to spread my wings and I'm flying. And you told me spread my wings and fly. And that's exactly what I did. So now that I got them wide, American Eagle wings and I can do what I want to, and I ain't got to worry about bouncing checks or my power getting cut off or my car getting repoed or my house getting foreclosed on, which all this has happened, which is why I asked for the money management part of this. I was like, I need to learn something. But now that I can handle it on my own, You want to come running?
Yeah.
When I told you I didn't have no money and I need to pawn my car to pay my electric bill, you ain't give me $300 to pay my electric bill, but you sure was there to, hey. As soon as I got my back paid from the VA, she was sitting there just like that right here. And I'm like, no, you didn't help me do that. Mama, you didn't. I love you. Now, if I got something left over and I help you with some groceries, or, I can come over there and change a tire or whatever. But I got a wife. I got kids. I got grandkids. You didn't fell down the list. And a lot of people don't understand that because they always think mama come first. Mama come first if I ain't got nobody else. So that's my family portion of it. My family portion of it, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. I'm taking care of the ones that live up under my roof every day. The ones that live up under my roof. My grandbabies need they need lunch money, or they need this, that, and the third. Right now they need Halloween costumes. Okay, yeah, right. Because I don't want to come back home and my girls, they done went out there in, jeans and a, HBCU t-shirt going trick or treat. No, you're gonna have a costume. I don't know if anybody's for or against that, but the first people that are the most important that I take care of, the ones that live up under my roof. Mama, you need to take a back seat. Put the seatbelt on. The ride gonna be fine. You just ain't gonna be first. Sorry.
All right, so y'all know I will cut any and everybody off.
Except me.
I have blood relatives that I wouldn't claim in a firestorm. I wouldn't claim them on a sunny day. I didn't pick them. I didn't get a vote on it, so you can't make me do it. I have handpicked my family. The only somebody I stay in touch with is my mom, and I love her dearly. And luckily, we have had great experiences. My dad is adopted. My brothers and sisters are adopted. Okay, I do claim one uncle, but everybody else, like when me and my mom get together, she will say her sister, her brother, her whatever, because they ain't nothing to me. I don't claim. I call them by their names. She got one brother I claim. Everybody else I pick because when do you cut them off? You cut them off when they mean you no good. I don't feel the need to keep up with you. Once you show me that you don't care about me, or in their instance, that you don't care about my mother, my mama got a heart of gold. Unfortunately, she was selfish. She got 100% heart of gold, so I didn't get none of it. Not a lick. I tried to be accommodating. And she has a brother. I love my mom. For those of y'all know she my girl. The only somebody who could get me to do right when I don't want to. Well, she had a brother that I didn't speak to because he did something that was really foul. And the street said I was supposed to do what I was supposed to do. But because it was her brother, I gave him a pass. As DMX said, I just turned my back on him. And this went on for about 10 plus years. And my mama said, you know what I want for Christmas? I was like, I have no idea. She's like, would you speak to my brother at the Christmas thing? And I was like, ooh, you asking for a lot. Because we've been in the same place, and I just leave because, they're his family. All the rest of them ain't mine, so I just leave. As soon as I find out he's going to be there, I leave. I said, Mama, that really? She said, yeah, can you just put it aside? I said, I ain't putting it aside now. I said, what I will do is I will speak to him, but let him know the rules. He need to stay on that side of the room. I'm going to stay on this side of the room. When he wave or say hey, I'm going to say hey back. But we're not touching. We're not hugging. We're not doing none of this stuff, Mom. I ain't there yet. I ain't going to never get there. And if you know me, anybody who knows me know, if you can do something to make me hate you, it ain't never going nowhere. Because I don't hate quick. I like ain't gonna say I like. I don't dislike most people. I just don't want to deal with them. But I don't it's kind of like respect. When I meet people, I don't respect or disrespect them until they show me which one they want to be. I'm neutral. Once you disrespectful, I will give you disrespect. If you respect, I'll give. So anyway, we meet at Christmas. I'm sitting on my little thing, holding my breath, counting to 2,000. I like 0.211 because I'm dreading this moment. So her brother walks in and I hear him. So I open my eye because I want to make sure he ain't closed in on me. So he says from across the room, he says, "Hey, nephew." And I don't respond because I don't want to be your nephew. No, I'm not your nephew, player.
Gotcha.
So I give him the look. And so he says, "Hey, Darren." I was like, "Hey." I call his name. I blinked. That fucker sped across the room and got ready to hug me. Did y'all not tell him the rules? We are not touching. Man, I turned into what's the dude from Marvel who can make himself smaller?
Yeah.
I went from being 5'11" to like 2.5 inches, shot between his legs, ran out the door, ran to my car, and left town.
Ant-Man.
Bro, we're not finna do this touching thing. Goodness. Because if you touch me now, I gotta fight you. As a matter of fact, I gotta stab you because that's who I am. And my mom said, "What happened?" I said, "Mama, I thought y'all had a talk. I told you I wasn't doing that touching thing. I was gonna speak to him for you. As much as I love you, Mama, I can't let him touch me." And that's just a violation of every street code I know of. And people say, "Oh, you only get one family." I said, "No, you only get one family. I get as many as I want to."
Right.
In that book I don't believe in, there's this whole thing called discernment and options. I get to pick who I want. If I want Mo to be my brother, I'm saying, "Hey, Mo, we brothers." Mo say, "Okay." It's a wrap. From this point on, I'm gonna call Mo brother. That's it. Right. That's all we gotta do. Is the law say all both of us gotta do is come to a mutual agreement. That's what the law say. If we both in mutual agreement, that's it.
Well, the man code said the man code said don't be phony.
Hey, DVP, I gotta tell you this, man. What you just said, exact word for word, is in my book, my autobiography, man. I feel the same way. It's in my autobiography, man. It's crazy.
And I just, and I hear people like I said, because I got a brother. People say, "Oh, you only get this." Y'all need to quit saying this shit.
Yeah, man.
I didn't get a vote in this. It's kind of like,
right.
It's kind of like when people ask me why I don't root for the Falcons. You from Atlanta? Again, nobody asked me where I wanted to be born, so I'm not rooted to a decision that my mama made. You can't make the two. I'm gonna root for who I want to. I was born here because this is where my mama stopped. That's it. I'm gonna root for who I want to because I get to make my own choices. I
don't like it, but I accept it.
I love my mom to death, and luckily for me, I don't have experience. When I got out the military, when I first came home from basic training, I had 3 of my checks because I was thrifty with money. And I gave 2 of the checks to my mom, and she just looked at me and started crying. She's like, "What's this for?" I'm like, "I don't need the money. I mean, I stay on base. I eat at the mess hall. What I'm gonna do with the money?" And she was like, "Ain't nobody never just gave me no money." And she tried to give it back. I was like, "What I'm gonna do with it, Mom?" I mean, I still got a 3rd check. I mean, I ain't cashed a check they ever gave me. I went with $100. I bought me some stamps. I bought me some envelopes and bought me some writing paper. And that was what I did with my money. So, and but it was that's who counts. She can't do no wrong. I just bought her a computer because her computer went down. She was like, "How much it cost?" I was like, "I don't know." She like, "You paid for it, then?" I was like, "Don't ask me no questions you don't want no answer to." But what's up, Robert? She'll still try to give me money. And it's like, "Mama, stop playing. All the little things you did for me." I said, "If you got to pay me, just make me some tuna fish." She said, "That computer costs more than tuna fish." I said, "You don't have a receipt, so you can't prove it. I mean, factually speaking, it's what you believe, but what can you prove? So just make me some tuna." As a matter of fact, Mama, you can make me tuna every 3 weeks because tuna's my comfort food. But that's who I claim. Hey, Robert, so you missed the first part of the show. We talked about bankheads. So you should have came on time. But you know how color people do stuff. But yeah, I would love to, and I don't tell people to do it. And I'm gonna give you another story. I was in love with a girl at 19. No, how old was I? 19. I wanted to marry this girl. Her and her mama had a falling out about me because of something her sister said. And this is how close I was to my mother. Her sister my girlfriend, sister had a crush on me. Why in the hell she had a crush on me? But she told her mama that I was seeing another woman. I wasn't. I was loyal to this girl at this point.
I got to step out too for a second.
And her mama and her daddy had a beef with me because of what their sister said. And I was like, you know, we could stay together. We could keep sneaking around and doing this and this and this. But you can't speak to you won't be able to speak to your family no more. Because they ain't gonna never accept me. And with the relationship I had with my mother, I couldn't accept her dismissing her mom and her dad. And to me, they were great people.
All right.
And it was like, oh no, we were talking about the real Bankhead Court. But because of that, I was like, you know, we got to let this go because I would never tell you to leave your family because they love you and they're making the right decision based on what your sister said. And if you try to combat that, they ain't gonna never pick me over their own daughter. Never. It ain't even logical they're gonna pick. Because why would they think their daughter lying? You know, they're gonna just tell you being blind and you missing this and you missing that. So I ended a really great relationship because I would never make somebody pick between their family, especially if they got a good family unit. And she had a great family unit because I actually loved her mom and her dad. But like I say, once her sister said that I was cheating on them, what's a good parent gonna do? They're gonna pick their kids.
Oh yeah.
But anybody who ain't good for me, I'm ditching. I refuse to stay up. You know. Go ahead.
For me, I was just gonna say for me that that sentiment got even worse as I got older because peace became more important than just about anything. So cutoff game is crazy nowadays. You know what I mean?
But it's gotta be. If you care about your own sanity, because too many times we try to hold on to something that ain't trying to hold on to us.
Right.
And we go in debt, you know, we're trying to win approval, we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that. And you know, I joke about the rules, but you know, my dad said if they can't whoop your ass, they can't make you change my mind. My mama said if you ain't got to live, sleep, eat with them, fuck them. And so those are my marching orders. And who do I have to live, sleep, eat with? Me. That's it. That's it. So, you know, that's how I look at stuff. Like, oh, you can't just get rid of someone. So, wow, they don't live here. I ain't got to eat with them. I ain't got to sleep with them. So that means they're expendable.
Yeah, and I say, you know, I've seen that too, and it's for me, it's a pain, but at the same time, I kind of let it roll off my back. But I've seen people in those situations where they feel like they have this invisible allegiance to people for some reason. I don't really know why, but I'm like, but that person is not bringing any value or joy in your life. Why would you keep them in your short circle, in your circle? And I can't figure it out, but I don't understand why people operate like that because I can't do that. You know, I just can't do it.
But it's like, what's the purpose? I mean, you know, and I hear a lot of people do it out of guilt. You know, oh, she did this for me. And I get, yeah, your mama may have raised you, but if she's now becoming a drag, you gotta, because other than that, she's gonna always keep pulling at your emotional things. You ain't gonna never be able to get past the depression and the mental hold she has on you. And sometimes, you know, I told people this when I was doing the medicine balance. Sometimes the best thing you can say to somebody who you love, the best thing you can say to them is bye. Because y'all need to, but it's a toxic relationship. Because when you say no, they're gonna keep trying to make you feel guilty. So if you're gonna try to make me feel guilty, as Ron said, you know, I love my mama to death. And I'll be like, Mama, come and do this. She said, you got a wife. I don't want to come and step on another woman's toes. See, I respect that. She knows that I have a wife, so she don't try to put herself first. I'll be like, Mama, did you have a doctor's appointment? You ain't saying that. She's like, well, you got a wife. I don't know what you got to do. I said, Mama, you can call me, ask me what I got to do. But she's so quick to defer to anybody that I'm seriously dating that I can't do nothing but appreciate her. Because, and it's crazy, everybody know how crazy I'm about my mama. So there ain't a woman I had dated who, you know, and it's funny because at first they all feel like they're in competition. But I tell them, my mama not gonna come to the house unless you invite her. Even though the city is my house, she's gonna defer to the woman that she's trusting to take care of me. She ain't gonna just pop up. You gotta invite her over here. You know, you gotta tell her what you want her to bring because she just won't come in and take over. Now, when I'm by myself, my mama ain't got no problem coming on here and doing whatever. But if I'm dealing with a woman serious and we together, she's not gonna do it. And I have to respect that because I'm like, Mama, you know, unless I'm married, you know, these girls, they just girlfriends. She's like, but yeah, but you chose them. So I gotta let you live your life. She said, I appreciate that you asked me stuff, but I can't overstep my boundary. And I'm like, you have a title that don't go away. You don't want somebody that no matter what you do, I got to stick with you. You know, I got your blood and I still got this umbilical cord thing, so I can't just get rid of you. But you know, she takes her step back. She don't even want to sit in the front of the. She don't even want to sit in the front.
I got something to say to that. I got something to say to, and it's people make a big deal out of it, but like Mo said earlier, everybody has different experiences.
Right.
Everybody has lived a different thing. I will give you this, and it's a lot of people think it's funny, but I tell it because it's actually true. My ex-wife was 4'11". So when we went somewhere,
the same height.
Huh? Okay,
the same height.
I take that. I ride that out. I'm still taller than you. Okay. The thing is, my ex-wife was 4'11". And the thing, I've never paid attention to the fact that who sits in the car is the most important. We go into the same place. Now, with my ex-wife being 4'11", when we went somewhere in the car and my mama was in the car, my mama got in front because the taller person usually, you know, they kind of cramped in the back seat. My wife now is 5'9", 5'10". So when we go somewhere, my mama gets in the back seat. So it's like, okay, when did this become such a trivial experience? It's not like you got a presidential flag, or you know, you some kind of military general, and you put a star on the flag, and you got to ride in the back seat. And luckily for me, I've never had my mama and a woman I'm dating standing on the side of the car about to argue about who getting in the front and who getting in the back. Because eventually, because of my upbringing, because of my relationship with my mom, if y'all don't get y'all ass in the car, I'm leaving both y'all asses. I don't care. I don't care. And the thing is, I don't think a lot of men understand. Pay attention to the one that you go home with right now. Stop worrying about the one that raised you and then all this stuff and all this hierarchy. Get your ass in the car. I don't care. Because what's going to happen next is I'm going to toss the keys to one of y'all and I'm going to get in the back seat. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. And if you make something so trivial about which woman gets in the front seat of your car between your mama and your wife or your girlfriend or your daughter
or whoever.
Okay, y'all just go do what the hell y'all gonna do. I'll stay the hell home. I'm sick of both of y'all. I've done it. I've done it. I ain't got time for this.
The street rule is you always put the street rule is you always put the grandparents with the grandchild, unless it's a baby that's got to be nursed. But if it's a baby who just in the thing, let the grandma sit. If you're in a two-door, whoever get out the car first sit in the front. Them the street rules. So you ain't got to keep raising the seat and knocking somebody over. So
I don't really care who sit where, but I would just say for safety reasons, the elders should sit in the back. But other than that, I really don't care. Just get in the car, man. Let's go.
Shut up and get in the car.
Yeah.
You too, mama. Get in the car. Hush. I don't care.
Yeah, to me, it don't matter. It matters because first, my significant other got dibs on the first seat. Now, if she decided to give it to my mama, that's fine. But that's her seat. We ride shotgun together. And it ain't gonna be no other way. Now, if she say, you want to sit up here? My mama say, yeah, that's fine. But 9 times out of 10, my mama gonna sit in the back seat anyway.
Right. That's where she's supposed to be. It's safe. It's safer back there.
I mean, you know what? Whatever you decide, That's fine with me. I don't care. Whatever you decide. But when and my issue with folk is they want to make a decision and they want to get on their soapbox and they want to make a podcast. And other than this podcast equipment is really too cheap because there's a lot of people that shouldn't have podcasts. So if you make it very, very, very expensive, a lot of these people will fall by the wayside. However, as I was saying, whatever you decide to do in your relationship with your woman and your mama and your kids, if it's as long as it's legal and moral, it's not my business.
Yeah.
So if I was to ever meet Mo and Mo pull up and he got his significant other in the front seat one day, and then me and Mo say, "Hey man, we done took our ladies out and we done did this, that, and the third, and let's go out tomorrow night." And then you bring your mom, and then your wife is in the back seat. Get what? Either way, it's your business.
Yeah, it is.
All right. I'm finna try something right quick because I'm playing with this thing and we got 10 minutes. So if it don't work, I still got 5 minutes to get around it. So I'm gonna try to see if this works. Robert, this is for you. Let me see if I can do this.
Robert.
Can y'all hear it?
You say Robert? What? Stop.
I can't hear nothing.
Hold on, let me start it over.
And no audio.
No audio?
No audio. You
That
got audio,
sucks.
Mark? You got audio, Mark?
Yeah, but I can hear it.
Nope.
Well, hey, DVP, let it play and then tell us what it is.
They had a trust fall.
All right, I stopped it. I
You can let it play.
gotta figure out how to get that.
Okay.
Let's see, stop sharing. All right, y'all back. I gotta figure out how to make this work because there's a fun little video I wanted to show y'all. I gotta get Robert to figure out how to show videos. All right, so we done talked about that. So we're gonna do another one next week. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna continue yours on next week. Like I said, that's what I want to do. I want us to have some different ones. We're gonna do another. We're gonna do some more money stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, those y'all just watch. If y'all got questions, inbox one of the four of us. If y'all want us to talk about something, inbox one of the four of us. If you got my number, I will tell you to call me. I ain't gonna answer the phone, so shoot me a text. I ain't gonna answer the phone. I'm already letting y'all know. It's 7:51. So
what we got? 9 minutes.
I don't trust y'all like that. I don't. You know, this show has been fairly decent, and I don't want to push the envelope because I know I got 3.5 misfits. Yeah. Oh, what you Mo? Did Ron leave?
Yeah, he left. He said he was tired of you.
All right, Mark, what you got for us?
I like fire trucks.
Hold on. Mark said he like fire trucks. So go ahead, Mark. Is that
Don't ask him what no, do not ask a question. No, Mo, that's not how this goes. No.
What I miss, man?
Nothing.
Oh man, hey, I'm just gonna say, man, another good show, man. Y'all gotta hold it down. Like I say, I'll be in the Bermuda Triangle on next Wednesday. So,
hey Mark, you ever been down there?
I ain't never been before. My first time.
Yeah, I've been there, man. It's nice.
I'm sure finna see.
Yeah, man. You come from Atlanta? Oh, you ain't got that far to go, right?
No, I'm flying to Baltimore and then cruising from Baltimore to Bermuda.
Oh, okay. All right.
Where you at, Mo?
Well, when I went there, I took the boat from Boston, from Massachusetts to.
Where you at? You in Boston now?
No, Arizona.
Arizona. I'm coming out there. What part?
Tempe.
Yeah. What's it do out there? I'm coming.
It's hot, man. It ain't hot when you coming.
I don't know. When I find out you ain't a stranger danger, I'm coming. Nah, it's on my list of places to go. So I may be there probably maybe the first of the year.
First of the year? Okay, yeah, it's pretty good weather then. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it can get hot out here. Do some research, man. Figure out what
How you
we can.
How you end up in Arizona?
It's a long story, man, but we don't got time. I don't want to get DVP in trouble,
We'll
man.
get that story next week.
Yeah,
Hey, gentlemen, I appreciate it. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
All right. So,
Mark, have a safe trip. Don't steal nobody's car.
Facts.
No. Say okay.
Nah, facts.
No. I need you to say okay.
Affirmative.
I'm going to Baltimore. I'm gonna go holler at Avon.
Hey man, if he steals somebody's car in Bermuda, how he gonna get it back?
Put it on the boat. I'm gonna get a smart car.
Hey, we gonna see him at Hartsfield, hemmed up like a pair of britches.
Crazy.
All right, so if any of y'all are Mark's friends for whatever reason that y'all can't get out of that, just call one of the national helplines, 811-611-311, somebody. I don't know, but pray. I don't know what to tell you if you want to Mark's friends. Ron, why is there smoke where you at? Or do I want to know? Hold on, before you answer that question, Ron.
Hold up.
I take it back. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I don't participate in any illegal activities other than
why he gotta say other than? You're supposed to just pay period.
I have been hit with a couple of them damn them speed violator laws. Like 127 and a 65. I've been hit with a couple of those. I'm a car guy, man. I'm a mechanic. I'm a car guy.
Well,
if it don't go fast, I don't want it. I don't want it. If it don't go fast, I don't want it. I sat there and busted me a charger upside the head coming home from work. This little dude, he thought I got a charger. Okay. I threw that fish hook out there. Next thing I know, my gas hand and my speedometer were going in opposite direction.
Mo, do you have anything constructive to say?
Let's see.
Anything.
Yeah, man, I think so, man. I'll just say, good information on the show today, man. It's good talking with you brothers, man. We need to I like us to get these messages out more though and get more people involved. Okay. So, anybody watching this, man, come on to the show, ask questions. DVP, easy guy to get along with. So send them questions before the show. We'll do some research, man. We love DVP, love doing research. So we do some research, figure out if you got questions.
No. We don't love doing research. We just do it. We don't love it though. I prefer that y'all ask us easy shit.
No, I like doing research.
Well, send your research questions to them three. Them three. Anybody who ain't yet, them three.
Hey, put it this way, DVP's forced to do research because he ain't gonna say it if he haven't researched it. So let's get send some questions our way, y'all, and we'll answer them for y'all.
Ooh, I gotta get me a mute button.
Hey man, DVP.
He gone fishing.
Give me a call when we get off of this, man.
I'm not. My phone don't work. I stopped paying the bills. All of them.
All 9 of them. All 9 of your phones don't work no more.
I lost my beanie weenie can, so yeah, none of that. Robert, I'm gonna call you because I need to figure out how to share this stuff. I know you use StreamYard. As a matter of fact, Robert, when Robert show come on Tuesday, what's the name of your show, Robert? Everyday. It ain't Everyday People. Mark, what's the name of Mark's show? I mean, what's the name of Robert's show?
I'm about to figure it out. You should do some research and know his show title next week, DVP.
But he got a show on Tuesday. Well, if you still don't put the name of your show, shit. No, let me look at my inbox right quick because I know it's in here. One of them, he sent it to me. But he got a show. See, and this is what I talk about when I talk about we can all work together. His show is on Tuesdays. Good show. I've been on there. He had me trying to jump on some of his co-hosts, so I don't go as much because it don't help with my violence. Overflow to Everyday People. It usually comes on Tuesdays at 7:00.
And what is the gist of the show?
Well, he does a lot of social cause. It's almost like this. It's just not as random. He actually has a true plan. He'll talk about different things. He actually has an agenda every week. But he loves to get the common people to come on the show and ask questions when he got guests. He's talked about a lot of things. Like I said, I went on his show when we talked about depression and some other things. So
I'm common as hell.
No, you're galactically retardical as hell. But anyway.
I own it. I own it.
You got a choice. You got a shirt that says it. And it's on Facebook, so we know it's true. It's 7:59, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm sorry for those of y'all who got traumatized like I did. But we're gonna try to we're gonna do a little bit better. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have a little I'm trying to get a little method to the madness so that y'all can do the different segments, because I got somebody who wanna do clips of the segments, so I gotta start working with him. But we'll do this again next week on the 22nd. Same bet.
Good talking to you, Mo. Good talking to you, Mark.
All right, Mo, Ron, DVP.
All right, so y'all know what it is. Until next week, I ain't finished drinking all my drink because y'all had me so traumatized. But until next week, y'all know what it is, right? Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.
Easy.
I can't stand your black ass.